What is up, people, and welcome back to Rags to Riches 3, the series where we go from one of the worst teams in F1 2009, work away through all the games and try and get a drive for one of the best teams in F1 2017. We are currently here for round 15 of Season 1, the 2009 season. It is, of course, the Japanese Grand Prix, and if you have missed any of the previous episodes, go catch up with the card annotation in the top right-hand corner of your screens. You will find the previous episode at Singapore, which was a great race. So you should definitely go check that one out. And you will also find the whole entire playlist of the series if you have missed all the other episodes as well. But going into today's race, we currently lie 7th in the driver's standings. And if you are new to this series, then you'll be unfamiliar with the actual rules. And basically, the position that we get in the driver's standings for this season determines who we will drive for in F1 2010. So if we win the championship, we will drive for Williams. If we come 2nd and 3rd, we drive for Force India. I think it's 4th to 6th will be Sauber. 7th to 10th, I think, is Toro Rosso. Or maybe it's 7th to 9th is Toro Rosso. 10th to like 13th is Lotus, so on and so forth. At the moment, it doesn't look like we're going to have to really worry too much about driving for Lotus, HRT, or Virgin in the 2010 season. It's more about whether we can get a Toro Rosso drive or a Sauber drive. At the moment, we're just on the verge. We're currently in that Toro Rosso seat, but we're just on the verge of getting a Sauber seat for F1 2010. Kimi Räikkönen currently holding P6, but only 3 points ahead of us going into the final 3 races of the season. Potentially as well, we could possibly catch up to Felipe Massa, but I feel like Rubens Barrichello and Sebastian Vettel are just a little bit too far ahead of us to, unfortunately, get to the Force India seat. So that is the goal, to try and get a Sauber seat for F1 2010. And can we take a step closer here today at the Japanese Grand Prix? Only time will tell. But let's have a look at the emails going into today's race. And it's just a typical email that we've got so many times across this season. So I'm not even going to bother reading that. So without any further ado, let's get into the qualifying session for the Japanese Grand Prix. Here we go then. One-shot qualifying for the Japanese Grand Prix as we go down in towards turn 1. This is going to be a very, very tricky circuit, especially using this Wii control. And you take it nice and cautiously down towards turn 1 and turn 2. Maybe a little bit too cautious through there. I probably could have broken a little bit earlier, or maybe even not even broke at all through that corner. But I decided to take it cautiously, and that could actually cost us in this qualifying session, but only time will tell. We're just going to have to wait and see how the rest of the session goes on. So far, it's not been too bad for the rest of the section. Maybe not perfect, but it's not exactly been the worst of laps so far here in Japan. In towards the 2 Degner corners now, or overshooting that quite a bit, running it wide through there, and once again running it wide through Degner 2, losing so much time through those 2 corners. So we're definitely going to have to be on our A game to try and make it up over the rest of this lap onto the grass, but getting the car turned in for the hairpin and just about making it through there. Only a few corners left to go now of this lap. What can we do? Oh, messing up a little bit into the entry of Spoon Curve. That put us off a little bit as we go through the exit now. Come on the curves, on the power, all the way up the hill, down towards 130R. Now, I don't know whether I can take 130R flat out or not. We're just going to find out, I guess. Let's see if we can do flat out or not. Yes, we can. Oh my god, I'm on the grass. Not good. Okay, we're back on the circuit. Right, slow it down for this corner. Right, in towards the second part of the chicane. Now down towards the line. What is the lap time going to be good enough for here at the Japanese Grand Prix? I don't think it's enough. I know it's not. It's not enough at all. 20th position, and that's apparently a new lap record, which just goes to show that I don't think I've ever done Japan before in my life. But unfortunately, this is one-shot qualifying, so that is me out. 20th position for the Japanese Grand Prix, starting right from the back of the grid. That's annoying. That is really, really annoying here today at the Japanese Grand Prix. After a fantastic result in Singapore, we are unfortunately out of Q1. We just weren't quick enough. Too many mistakes at the beginning of the lap. And yeah, that cost us at the end of the day 137.3. That's a lot. That is a long, long way from the leaders. I think they were setting like 133s. So we need to improve a lot of time in the race weekend to try and get a good result here today. But unfortunately, we are starting right to the back of the field in P20. But what can we do from the back of the grid? Can it be another last to question mark challenge? Can we get into the points from here? Let's find out. It's race day here at the Japanese Grand Prix for round 15 of the 2009 Formula 1 season. Unfortunately, we are starting right at the back of the field in P20. A very, very disappointing qualifying session means we are right at the back of the field. But it is Jenson Button who currently lies in pole position with Mark Webber in second, and Rubens Barrichello third, and Sebastian Vettel fourth. But let's get into today's race. Let's see what we can do from the back of the grid. As the lights come on now, we go to 5 red lights for the Japanese Grand Prix. It is lights out. And away we go. Held for a long time at the lights there. Slow moving Force India driver. We get past the Toyota as well. Just about up the inside. Down in towards turn 1. Under braking. Can we get through? Yes, we can. We've got into the back there of a BMW Sauber. But no damage. Nor have we got a penalty for that. And there we go. Straight away up into P12. Right behind Robert Kubica. Up the inside there of the BMW Sauber. The second one. And wow, that was a tight move. That was a very, very tight move there against him. But now in towards the Dunlop curve. Oh, going over a little bump. Sent me a little bit wide there, but luckily just about managing to catch it. Now we're going to take it cautiously in towards Stegner 1, because of course we did mess up there the first time around in the qualifying session. Running a little bit too deep as well, but just sort of sitting behind Heikki Kovalainen at the moment, seeing what we can do in this race, whether we can get past him soon as there's loads of drivers crashing into each other at the hairpin. Heikki Kovalainen overtaking Kimi Räikkönen there. Of course, Räikkönen is one of my rivals in this season. Can we go for the overtake? I've gone onto the grass trying to overtake Kimi Räikkönen, so we need to take it cautiously. I'm all over the place, so I've managed to catch the car. There's been an incident somewhere. Oh my god, there's a car that's gone very, very wide. I've nearly lost the car somehow. Nearly going into the back of Kimi Räikkönen, but just about managing to save that. And we are still in P10. Actually, or did we gain a position? I think we might have gained a position from that as this drive's going side by side in towards 130R. And there's a McLaren who's got off the circuit. Oh my god. Heikki Kovalainen. Don't do that to me, mate. Do not do that to me. That was scary. That was scary going through 130R and the McLaren being all over the place upon the exit. But here we are now in P9. Right on the edge of the points. Unfortunately, we haven't overtaken Kimi Räikkönen. Kimi Räikkönen is vital as a driver that we need to overtake in today's race, as we're now right behind Rubens Barrichello. So hopefully we can get past the Brawn GP driver very, very soon. But it's going to be tricky. Oh, as I've gone over the gravel there. Come on. Come on, Barrichello. Okay, where can we go for the overtake? Maybe up the inside here. Not quite able to do that. Dunlop curve up the inside. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, no, I put it onto the grass. What have I done? No, 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 no. Get off the grass. Get off the grass. Ah, damn it. Sometimes you can go over the grass. It's fine. Other times you can't. And I've gone onto the gravel now. It's getting worse. It's going from bad to worse at the moment. Haydon, keep it on the tarmac. What are you doing? Oh, another yellow flags. Another driver's run it deep at the spoon curve. Oh, my God. Hate it when they come on the circuit like that. They could have completely wiped me out there. But at the moment, currently running in P7, as it was Rubens Barrichello who ran wide there. So I'm currently in the points, and I'm actually on 2 points as it stands, but I still need to catch up to Kimi Räikkönen. I do not want him to get further ahead of me in the championship. But we're doing a good job at the moment of catching up to the drivers ahead of me. So hopefully within the next couple of laps I can get the job done, as Räikkönen is into the pits now. So I'm going to move up into P6 anyway, but I need to make sure I get the job done out on circuit. Yellow flag again. So who's gone off the circuit? Oh my god! Oh, Rosberg! Don't do that to me! Why? Oh my god, that was close. That was the closest one so far. Forget Heikki Kovalainen, and Nico Rosberg was definitely the closest one that we have had so far. But we're coming into the pits on this lap now. And the question is, if more drivers can make you know, incorrect decisions like that and running wide and making those mistakes, then possibly we could potentially have a podium on our hands. We're going to make sure we slow down so we don't get reset coming into the pit lane now. Currently in P4, but that is going to change sort of with coming into the pits, whereabouts we come out. We're going on to a set of hard tyres and got to get refueled. So whereabouts will that put us out on track? Hopefully in a bit of free air, because that's what we want. We want free air at the end of the day, because that means that we can push on and we don't have to run the risk of getting penalties or stuff like that, which we have seen in previous races before. But coming out of the pit lane, getting past the Renault, getting past that McLaren there. So it looks like we're going to come out in a pretty decent position. Nobody ahead of us at the moment. And I think we've got the job done. Yes, we have. Look at that. Out of the pits in a nice, comfortable position. I'm very, very happy with that. I can push on now on these hard tyres and see what I can do in the rest of this race. More drivers into the pits at the moment. So whereabouts is this going to put me? A drive on the right-hand side, just about getting ahead of Fernando Alonso there as we go down in towards turn 1. And there we go, job done out in P8 at the moment. So we're currently in the points, but we do have to be aware of those other drivers doing that one-stop strategy. Bourdais comes in for his 4th pit stop in today's race. 4! How can it only be lap 6 and you've already made 4 pit stops in this race? What has he been doing? Right, there are currently more drivers into the pits right now. Robert Kubica, so that's going to move me up into P7, P6. Who's this on the right-hand side, though? I think that might actually be Nico Rosberg. Just have to be careful. I don't want to go into the back of him going down in towards turn 2. And unfortunately, Nico Rosberg does join the track ahead of me, even though he was behind me before the pit stop phase. So it looks like the overcut has worked perfectly there for Nico Rosberg with that free air. But possibly now going for the overtake up the inside. Oh my god, making a little bit of contact between the two of us. Not going to go for that move up the inside of the Dunlop curve. Do not want to make this situation worse. And for now, I'm just having to sort of settle behind the Williams driver. Not yet able to go for the overtake, but there might be an opening down in towards the hairpin. So we're going to use a little bit of curves and possibly have a look around the outside. Here we go, up the inside, possibly on Nico Rosberg. Can we do it on the exit? No, we can't. Not quite yet. Not quite able to go for that overtake on Nico Rosberg. I feel like P6 is the best at the moment that we can do in today's race. We need to get past Nico Rosberg as soon as we possibly can, but it's just a case of finding that opening, which I can't see at the moment, as Nico Rosberg very, very slow in towards the spoon curve. But this is going to be my chance, following in the slipstream, using all of our curves on the left-hand side of Nico Rosberg, picking up that speed. Rosberg very, very close to my car, through 130R, and there we go, job done on Nico Rosberg, getting the overtake and moving up a position. So I'm very happy with that, up into P6, and now seeing whether I can catch up to Felipe Massa or not, as there's currently more drivers into the pits. It's Fisichella. These guys definitely on the one-stop strategy at the moment, including Heikki Kovalainen. So I'm actually up into P4. So I'm a lot higher than I thought I was, as that was close in towards turn 1. Nearly running a little bit too deep through there, but just about holding on to the tarmac and still holding on to P4. Okay, more drivers currently into the pits right now. So this should put me up into P3. Or no, I am into the lead. Okay, I am into the lead of today's race. That's very, very good news at the moment. But we haven't exactly got the race win in the bag at the moment, because of course we still have to make a pit stop in the next couple of laps. Not quite this one, not on lap 9, but we are definitely coming into pits on lap 10. So do have to be aware of that one, as we run a little bit too deep in towards that corner, in towards the Dunlop curve now. Keeping it nice and tight at the moment, but like I say, into lead of the race at the moment. But just need to see what those drivers who have just pitted are doing in today's race. I've run it very, very deep. Can I get back on circuit? Yes, I can. Oh, that was a close one. Needed to get back on track ahead of Nico Rosberg, otherwise he would have taken that position away from me. Okay then, pit stop number 2 for the Japanese Grand Prix, and it couldn't come any sooner. The tyres are now starting to fail us. They're yellow at the moment, so it's definitely time to come into the pit. Oh my god, do not go over the gravel and hit that pit barrier. Did not want to do that, but slow down for the line. And there we go, into the pits for our second pit stop at the Japanese Grand Prix. Rosberg, Kubica and Kovalainen, they're all going to shoot on because they're doing the one-stop strategy. And unfortunately, the one-stop strategy is very, very overpowered in this game. So I feel like they are going to get the position on me. But if we can beat Raikkonen, then I'll be very happy at the end of the day. That is who we need to be. We need to make sure we stay ahead of Kimi Raikkonen. Where's Jarno Trulli? He goes ahead. Fernando Alonso, can he get ahead of me? I don't think so. I think I'm just about going to come out in P7, which I have done there. There we go, out in P7. So I'm ahead of Fernando Alonso. I've got 2 points at the moment, and Kimi Raikkonen also is not in the points. So that's very, very good news for our own race. But now we're going to see whether we can catch up to Jarno Trulli or not. I'm not too sure whether that will be possible, but we're going to try our best and see what can happen. Definitely catching up to the driver ahead of me. It's my own teammate, Sebastian Bourdais. Wow, please come into the pits. Just get out my way. Get out my way. Get out my way, Bourdais. Oh my god. That's not what you want from your teammate at the end of the day. You don't want your teammate to hold you up. And the gap now to Jarno Trulli, 5.8 seconds. So the gap has actually increased after we closed up about second through Sector 1 and Sector 2. And now it's got bigger once again, thanks to my own blimmin' teammate. But let's push on. Let's see if we can close up that gap, even though there's only 2 laps left to go, and it feels like it is probably going to be impossible to catch up to Jarno. But we'll see. We'll see what we can still do in this race. Okay, final lap here at the Japanese Grand Prix. And how much have we closed up to Jarno Trulli? It's now 3.8, so 2 whole seconds. So it could be possible if we can have an absolutely stunning performance on this final lap of the Japanese Grand Prix. It could be possible to catch up to Jarno Trulli, but we need to set the lap of our lives here today. Come on, Haydon. We can do this. Let's catch up to Jarno. Let's get P6. Come on, only a couple of corners left to go in this race, and I can see him. I can see Jarno Trulli just ahead of me. Can we get into P6? I feel like at the moment it's got away from us. Only 2.4 seconds is the gap, though. One mistake from Jarno Trulli, and I'm right on his tail into the final corner now. Into the chicane, through the right, brake, through the left, and then through the final corner. It looks like Jarno Trulli has got the job done, but still, P20 to finish P7 is still a fantastic result. We can be very, very happy with that today. P7, that's 2 points to our name. That helps us catch up to Kimi Räikkönen, who fails to score any points. But Nico Rosberg, he is the race winner here today, with Heikki Kovalainen in second and Robert Kubica finishing on the podium. The one-stop strategy was perfect, absolutely perfect for those guys. Jenson Button does manage to finish in P4, though, with Fisichella in 5th and Jarno Trulli in 6th. Myself finishing in 7th, getting 2 points here today, and Fernando Alonso rounds out the point finishes, with Lewis Hamilton and Mark Webber just missing out, but getting into the top 10 still. Sebastian Vettel also getting into the top... No, we moved up... Wait, what? We moved up to P6. Wait a second. How has that just changed? What on earth has gone on there? Heikki Kovalainen a second ago was just in P2. Did he get a penalty? Did Heikki Kovalainen get a penalty? I'm pretty sure Heikki Kovalainen must have got a penalty. Or what? Somehow he's literally just DNF'd. Out of nowhere, Heikki Kovalainen has just DNF'd. What on earth is going on? What is going on? How has that happened? I mean, I'll take it. We've got up into P6. We've got 3 points, I think that is, for finishing P6. So I will take that. That is brilliant. That's absolutely amazing. But now everyone just sort of shuffles up. Rosberg still wins the race. Kubica second, Button third, getting on the podium. Fisichella fourth, Trulli fifth, myself sixth, Alonso seventh, Hamilton eighth, and Mark Webber and Sebastian Vettel getting into the top 10, but missing out on the points. Kimi Räikkönen, my rival, finishing down in P14. My teammate Sebastian Bourdais 1 lap down, making about 6 pit stops here today, with Heikki Kovalainen and Rubens Barrichello getting a DNF. So that is a very, very strange result here today. But let's have a look and see how it affects us in the Drivers' Championship. And we're now in P7. We actually overtake Kimi Räikkönen, but then Nico Rosberg, because he got the race win, goes above us even further. So even though we just managed to overtake Kimi Räikkönen, there's now myself, Rosberg, and Räikkönen all on the same points, which makes it now a three-way battle for P6. We've also closed up the gap, though, to Felipe Massa, with the gap now being only 3 points in the driver's standings. So there is still a chance to get into P5 as well. And if I can't quite get Nico Rosberg, if I beat Rosberg, Massa, or Räikkönen, I only really need to beat one of them. Oh no, 2 of those drivers. If I can beat 2 of those drivers, I've got a Sauber seat in the bag. But there is still 2 races left to go, and it is going to be very, very difficult to secure that. Constructors' standings then, after 15 races. Toro Rosso currently in P4, but only 1 point ahead of Williams and 3 points ahead of Renault. So again, very, very tight up there at the mid-table of the Constructors' standings. But hopefully we can hold on to it, and hopefully we can secure P4 for the Toro Rosso team. But that's it for today's race. Let's head back to the menus. Let's look at the email then after today's race. Gullis firmly in the points at Suzuka. Haydon Gullis drove a tight race and finished earning points at Suzuka. Toro Rosso reported as being pleased with the result and are looking forward to the next race. If Gullis can remain consistent, then some more points are certain. Hopefully we can stay consistent and we can get into the points more regularly, because of course we do want to get that Sauber seat. I mean, Toro Rosso is still a good seat to drive for in 2010. It's better than the 3 bottom teams, but getting a Sauber seat would be even better. So hopefully we can do that. But we've got to beat Nico Rosberg, we've got to beat Felipe Massa, and we've got to beat Kimi Räikkönen. We need to get good points at the Brazilian Grand Prix. But that is it for today's race here in Japan. If you have enjoyed it today, don't forget to smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well if you guys are new around here for daily Rags to Riches, daily F1 2017 career mode, and we've also got a whole load of other Formula 1 content coming your way in the near future as well. But As always, if you want to leave a comment down below, you certainly can do so. I reply to about 98% of comments. So if you do leave a comment, you're pretty much guaranteed that I will reply to that. But I will see you next time at the Brazilian Grand Prix for the penultimate round of the 2009 season. But until then, it's goodbye from me.